Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss the Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended, and it is from May-June 2021 0580 and the component is 4-3. So let's start with the question number 1. Here's the question number 1, A part, first question. Yasmin and Zach share an amount of money in the ratio 21:19. Yasmin receives $6 more than Zach. Calculate the total amount of money shared by Yasmin and Zach. So since we have the ratio of their distribution, so we can start with the Yasmin upon Zach equals 21/19, or since they are introducing, they want the total amount, so we can talk about it as in the share, their share, like Yasmin's share is 21 over total, that is 21 plus 19, 40 of the total amount. So let's say T is the total amount. Similarly, the Zach will get 19 over 40 of total. And according to this, it is given that Yasmin receives $6 more than Zach. It means this, if I substitute it here, this is going to be 19 over 40T plus $6 is same as 21 over 40T. So if we'll simplify, we will get 6 equals 21T over 40 minus 19T over 40. And since the denominator is same, we can simply subtract the numerator, and 21 minus 19 is 2. So 2 by 40T, that is 2 by 20T, and hence T would be 20 into 6, it is 120. So the total amount is 120. So in any other way also we can do it, like 21/19 is the Yasmin's amount, that is x plus 6 we can take upon x, then we will get the share, and then we can add the total amount. That would also be the right way. The second question is, in a sale all prices are reduced by 15%. So if price is reduced by 15%, it means the remaining amount is only 85% of the total one. If you remember like this, it would be easy to solve the question of this type. A part is, Yasmin buys a blouse with an original price of $40. Calculate the sale price. So sale price of the blouse would be only 85% of original price. That is the meaning of the reduce or sale or something. 15%. 15% means 100 minus 15, it is 85%. So that is why we can calculate it as 85% of original value. Of means multiplication. So 85% into 40, and we can calculate this from calculator. It has 0.85 into 40. 0.85 into 40 is 34. So this is $34. So the sale price is $34. And the B part, Zach buys a shirt with a sale price. This is the sale price given. Calculate the original price. So let's say original price be X. So in that case, the sale price we know, since there is a reduce of 15%. So the sale price, that is 29.75, is the 85% of the original price, that is 0.85 of the original price X, and hence from here we will get X as 29.75 over 0.85, and this is $35. So the original price of the shirt is $35. So we will write our answer in the given space. B part is, Xavier's salary increases by 2% each year. In 2010, his salary was $40,100. Calculate his salary in 2015. So we can see the time is 2015 minus 2010. There are 5 years in between. And then we need to give our answer correct to the nearest dollar. So it is increased by 2%. So the total final amount, we can use the compound interest formula. A equals P times 1 plus R over 100 to the power N. And here P is original price 40,100 into 1 plus 2 over 100 to the power 5. And that is going to be 40,100, and if you solve this multiplier we will get 1.02 and to the power 5. So it is, we will calculate from calculator, 4100 into 1.02 to the power 5. So this value is coming 44,273.64 and so on. So since we require to give our answer correct to the nearest dollar, so after decimal it is 6, so it would be increased by 1. So the nearest dollar is 44,274. Second part, in which year is Xavier's salary first greater than 47,500? So it increases from the previous part we have seen. It increases as 40,100 into 1.02 to the power n. It increases in this way. So if we, for example, if we take it as 47,500, and since we require should be greater than, so let's take this as greater than or something, greater than or equals to. So from here we'll get 1.02 to the power n greater than or equals to 47,500 over 40,100, and it is, we will calculate, 47,500 divide by 40,100, and it is 1.1845 and so on. So what we are going to do the next is we will find where, what is the time it takes to become 1.1, this become 1.1845, and then only we can see which year it is, because the initial year was 2010. So here comes the two ways. We don't, since we don't have log, that's why we can't use it. Otherwise, if it is not, there is no log, we will use the trial and error method. So we have seen earlier also in 5 years, in 2015 the amount, the salary was 44,000 something. So it is, of course it is going to be more than 4. So we can check this value from the calculator for, let's say, 1.02 to the power 7, 1.02 to the power 8, 1.02 to the power 9, 1.02 to the power 10. So let's check for which value we will get it as closer to 1.1845, so that we can decide when it would be the first greater than this value. So 1.02 to the power 7, it is very less, 1.1486 and so on, and then we will increase this by 8, it is coming 1.1716 and so on. It is again less, so we will check for 9, it is coming 1.1950, and we don't have to check for 10 because we got a number which is more than 1.1845, and since they require the first times greater than this, so for after 8 years it was only 1.1716, so it is not true. So n has to be 9. That's why the year is 2010 plus 9 years, that is going to be 2019. So it is 2019, and we can do this with the calculator by using the table. It says fx equals 1.02 times power x, and then we can put the starting value of x from 5 to, let's say, 10, then we will get all the values, and from there we can decide. C part is, in January 2020 the population of a town was 5% more than its population in 2018. In January 2021, the population of this town was 2% less than its population in January 2020. calculate the overall percentage increase in the population from January 2018 to January 2021. So we can see, we will see in this way from 2018 to 2020, this is given, and then 2020 to 2021. Since it is the increase of 5% here, and this is the decrease of 2% here. So if initially, suppose initially the population was let's say P, then the population in 2020 would be 5% more, that is 1.05. 5% more means 100% plus 5%, that is 105%, and 105% is 1.05 of P. And now this got decreased by 2%, so this would be 100 minus, that is 1 minus 0.02 times the previous population, that was 1.05 P. So it is going to be 0.98 times 1.05 P, and this we will calculate because we want the percentage increase. So first of all we will calculate what is the final amount. 1.05 into 0.98, it is coming 1.029, and in percentage we can see it is going to be 102.9%. so the increase, it is the percentage increase is 2.9%. this is the final percentage final increase in January 2021. Or by the basic method we will find, first of all, the final amount is, final population is 1.029 P, then minus the initial that is 1 P, and we will get 0.29 P upon P. We will get it as 0.0, it is not 0.29, it is 0.029, and then we will get this into 100, and then we will get something like 2.9%, or we can do in this way directly. Second question, A part, y equals px square plus t. Find the value of y when p equals 3, x equals 2, and t equals minus 13. So they are going to give the marks for substitution. So first of all, once we will substitute these values. So y equals p, that is 3, x square, that is 2 times square, plus t, that is minus 13. And now we can calculate, or we can use the calculator also. 3 into 4, that is 12, plus minus minus 13, and it is minus 1. So y is minus 1. Rearrange the formula to write x in terms of p, t, and y. Means this question could have been like, make x as a subject. So first of all, we will make x square alone one side. So y minus t become px square. Now p is also extra, so we will take x square as y minus t over p. We can do it like that. When a equals b, we can write b equals a. That's why I wrote x square towards the left hand side. And then we will write from here x as plus or minus, because it's a square, plus minus of y minus t upon p. So that's the answer. Either it is going to be plus or minus, both are acceptable. Y minus t upon p. B part, first question, factorize this. So factorization, if x square coefficient is not 1, so we will multiply this with this. So you will get 15 into 8, it is 120. Now we have to subtract the two numbers so that we get minus 2. So we require two numbers, for which if we multiply we get 120, and when we subtract, not SUP, it is SUB, when you subtract we get minus 2. So 120, we can see directly that it is 12 and 10. When you multiply 12 and 10, we get 120. When we subtract 12 minus 10, we will get 2, but since we require minus 2, so we will do minus 12 plus 10. So we are going to do in this way, factorization, 15x square minus 12x plus 10x minus 8, and then first two and the last two terms. If we can see 3 is common and x is common, so it is 5 3s are 15, x minus 4, and from here we can see 2 is common, so plus 2 common, we got 5x minus 4. And then from these two terms we can take 5x minus 4 common, and in another bracket we got 3x plus 2. So from here we got the factorization as 5x minus 4 and 3x plus 2. And the second part is solve the equation 15x square minus 2x minus 8. So since we have just factorized in the previous part, so this left hand side we can write it as 5x minus 4 into 3x plus 2 equals 0. It means that either first term would be 0 or second term would be 0. So this is a fixed step just after this, because whenever we get the product of two number as 0, it means either of them has to be 0, and it is only true for 0. So here it is going to be 5x equals 4, so x equals 4 by 5, and from here x become minus 2, so minus 2 by 3, so minus 2 by 3. So the solutions of this equation is minus 2 over 3 and 4 over 5. Here's the C part, factorize completely. So we will see what is common. First of all, we can see x cube and x, so x is common. We got in the bracket x square minus 16 y square, and since 16 is a square number, so we can rewrite this as x times x square minus 4y whole square, then in the bracket. Now it is like the identity a square minus b square, so we will use that identity. It become x into x minus plus, we write in the brackets ones with plus and ones with minus, the same number. So this is x plus 4y and x minus 4y, so it is x times x plus 4y times x minus 4y. And here's the D part of this, 2x minus 1 minus 4ax plus 2a upon 2x square minus x. So we need to simplify. So first of all, in the denominator we can see the x is common, so x, if we take common, we left with 2x minus 1. Now on the basis of this we need to find something in the numerator as 2x minus 1, so that we can cancel it. So first two terms is already, we can see it is 2x minus 1, and from the last two terms we can take minus 2a. Whenever we have the term starting with minus, we should take minus common, so minus 2a common, we are left with 2 2s are 4 and x minus 1, and then the rest again 2x minus common in the first two terms here and here, so it is 1 because there is nothing, so it is 1 minus 2a over x times 2x minus 1. So we can see these two got cancelled, and the final answer we got as 1 minus 2a over x. That's the simplified form. Here's the third question, A part. Joey's test scores last term were 6 7 7 7 8 9 9 10 10. Find the range. Range is maximum minus minimum, maximum minus minimum. So here the maximum is 10, we can see, and minimum is 6, so the range is 4. The mode means the highest frequency term, so we can see 7 occurs 3 times, 9 occurs 2 times, 10 occurs 2 times, so 7 occurs maximum times, so that's the mode. Median is the mid value, and since we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 terms, so the median would be 9 plus 1 divided by 2th term, that is going to be 10, fifth term, and fifth term we can take it from the left hand side or right hand side. And the first thing is, it should be the data has to be arranged in the ascending order. It is already arranged in the ascending order. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So 8 is the median. Here's the B part. The cumulative frequency diagram shows the information about the time taken by each of 200 students to solve a problem. I drew this green lines and red lines. So it is the cumulative frequency graph. We can see from here to here. Use the diagram to find an estimate of the median. Median means 50%. Median means 50%. So here median would be 50% of the total frequency, that is 100. So 100 is here. So from 100 on the frequency, we will go back to the graph, and then once we reach graph, we will go down to find the x value, and the time is 14. So the median time is 14 minutes. Then interquartile range. Interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. Q3 is upper quartile, Q1 is lower quartile, and upper quartile is 75%. So we will calculate 75% of 200. It is going to be 150. Similarly, 25% of 200, that is going to be 50. So for 150, this is going to be here. We will go back to the graph, and then once we reach graph, we will come down, and we can see it is something 14. Then 14 to 16, there are two divisions, so it is going to be 4, 4, 4, 14.4, 14.8, 14, 15.2, and then it means it is lying between 14.8 and 15.2. So we can choose any number. I think it is closer to the 14.8, so we can take it as 15. And here for Q, this is the Q3, and for Q1, which is 50, of course, so we will go back to the graph from the 50, and then once we reach graph, we will come down to find the x value, and it is coming in between 10 and 12, so this is going to be 11. So we can take Q1 as 11. So once we got Q3 and Q1, it is 15 minus 11, and that is 4. So the interquartile range is 4 minutes. Here's the C part. The test scores of 200 students, the frequency is 200 students, are shown in the table. Calculate the mean. So whenever we have the discrete data here in this way, like 5 occurs 3 times, 6 occurs 10 times, 7 occurs 43 times, and so on, the mean is going to be the sum of all the datas, and sum of all the datas means 5 into 3, because 5 occurs 3 times. Similarly, 6 into 10 plus 7 into 43 plus 8 into 75 plus 9 into 48 plus 10 into 21 upon the total frequency, and we don't, either we can add it and we can get 200, or maximum time it's been provided in the question, so it is going to be 200. So we'll calculate this. 5 3s are 15 plus 6 10s are 60 plus 7 into 43 plus 8 into 75 plus 9 into 48 plus 10 into 21, that is 210. So it is going to be 1618 over 200, and when we divide it by 200, we get it as 8.09, and so that's the mean, 8.09. Now the D part, the height in centimeter of each 200 plants is measured. The histogram shows the result. This is the histogram with the frequency density. So the question of this is, calculate an estimate of the mean height. You must show all your working. So for the mean, since it is an interval, so for the interval we require the midpoint, because it is given as, mean is given as sigma of fi xi over sigma of fi. So xi is the midpoint of the interval. So first of all, let's calculate what are the xi's. So xi's means x1, because there are 1 2 3 4 5 intervals. So x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. So these are the midpoints. So we'll first of all find what is the midpoint. 50 to 80, the midpoint is going to be in between this, that is 65. So first is 65, then 80 to 100, the midpoint is of course 90. For the third one, 100 and 110, it is 105. For 110, 120, it is 115. And for 120 to 160, the mid value is 140. This is the X. Now comes the FIs, and we know in the frequency density case, the frequency is the area of the bar. So here the area we will find for each bar. This area means we require the length and breadth because it's a rectangle, and here we can see it is 30 into 1, that is 30. Similarly here it is 20 is the width, and the length is coming till here, that is 3.1 2 3 4 5, so it is 3.5, it is 70. For this area it is height is 4 and width is 10, so this area is 40. And then here it is 110 to 120, 10, and the height in it is coming 3.6, so it is 36. And here it is till here, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. It is 1 2 3 4 5 6, 0.6, 0.6 into 40, that is going to be 24. So now we got the frequency as well. We will write here correspondingly. Frequencies 30, and here it is 70, here it is 40, here it is 36, and here it is 24. Now we can calculate by the formula. The mean, this is the estimate of the mean. Mean is 65 into 30 plus 90 into 70 plus 105 into 40 plus 115 into 36 plus 140 into 24, and then whole divide by the total frequency, and total frequency has to be 200, it's given. Otherwise also we can add 30 plus 70 100, and 40 140 plus 170 190, and 6 plus 4 10, so it becomes 200, and then we will calculate this value. So the answer in the numerator is 19,950, and when we divide by 200 we are going to get it as 99.75, and that's the mean height, 99.75 centimeter. Now here's the fourth question. A part. A is the point 1,5, B is the point 3,9, M is the midpoint of AP. Find the coordinates of M. So midpoints coordinates are the sum of x coordinates divided by 2 and sum of y coordinates divided by 2. So 3 plus 1 4 divided by 2 is 2, 9 plus 5 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the M coordinates are 2, 7. Then find the equation of line that is perpendicular to AB, passes through M. Give your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. So before that I would draw this diagram so that we can understand it properly. If this is a line, let's say passing through A, B, and then this is a midpoint M, and we have the gradient of this line AB as M, suppose. So the gradient of this line, the perpendicular to it, is going to be minus 1 by M, and that's the property we are going to use here just to find the equation of line. So first of all we need to find the gradient. So gradient of line AB, it is going to be difference y coordinates minus y difference upon x difference. So y is 9 minus 5, difference is 9 minus 5, and x is 3 minus 1, so it is going to be 4 over 2, that is 2. And that's why this gives the gradient of the line perpendicular to, it's perpendicular. it is going to be minus 1 upon m, that is minus 1 upon 2. So we got m, which is given in the question. M is minus 1 by 2. So our equation become y equals minus 1 by 2 x plus c. So once we got this equation, we can see that only unknown is c, but it is also passing through m, which coordinates are given as 2, 7. So it will satisfy it in this line. So we will substitute it here. In the place of y, we will write 7, and in place of x, we will write 2. So this become minus 1, and hence c become 7 plus 1, that is 8. And finally, once we got all the unknowns, so the equation of perpendicular line to AB passing through m is minus 1 by 2x plus 8. And that's the equation in this form. B part, the position of vector P is minus 2, 3, and the position vector of Q is minus 2, 5. Find the vector PQ. So PQ is position vector of that is OQ minus OP. That's the PQ. It's like if we have the position vector origin as O, and we have, let's say it is P, it is Q, then PQ is this, and that can be done by OQ minus OP. So this OQ is minus 2, 5, and OP is minus 2, 3. So once we will subtract, we will get it as minus 2 minus plus 2, and 5 minus 3. So finally we got this as 0, 2. Now next is R is the point such that PR is same as vector PR is same as 3 times vector PQ. Find the position vector of R. So let's say position vector of R be x, y. So according to the again formula, we have PR. PR would be R minus P, that is x minus P coordinate, that is minus 2, upon y coordinates, that is y minus 3, is same as 3 times PQ, and PQ from the previous part we got it as 0, 2. So it becomes 0, 6. And then when we will equate, we will get x plus 2 equals 0, means x equals minus 2. So we will write minus 2 here. And when we solve this another one, y minus 3 equals 6. So it means y equals 6 plus 3, that is 9. So we will write it here. In the C part, we have a vector OP, OT, OU, and TU as well. OT is T vector, OU is U vector, and UV is twice of YT. So from here we can rewrite this as UY over YT is 2 to 1, 2 upon 1. So it means this is going to be 2 and this is going to be 1. This is a ratio, not exact length, but it is in the ratio. And we need to find OY in terms of T and U. Give your answer in its simplest form. So first of all, we will join OY. This is OY. So OY, by the initial method, we know OY, either we can go from OT to TY or OU to UV. So let's go from OU to UY. And since OU is already, we have U vector, so all we need is UY, and for that we have this thing here. So whenever we have something in the ratio given, then the portion we can talk about, like the portion of UY in terms of the total is, if we take UY, so we can take this total in this direction. So UY, we can take it as 2 upon 2 plus 1, that is 3 of the total, and total we can take it as UT. And again, since it is in the same direction, UV also and UT, so we can take it as a vector, and hence we require only UT vector, and UT vector is going to be U to T we want to go. So first we will go this U to O and O to T so it become t vector minus u vector, and that's what we are going to substitute it here. It is 2 by 3 times t vector minus u vector, and now we will club together the u vector because they are like vectors. So u plus 2 by 3 t vector minus 2 by 3 u vector, and u vector 1 minus 2 by 3, that is 1 by 3, and become 1 by 3 u vector plus 2 by 3 t vector, and that's the answer in the simplest form. Here's the second question, second part. Z is on OT and YZ is parallel to UO. Find YZ OZ vector in terms of T and U or T or U. Give your answer in its simplest form. So OZ we require, and it is of 1 mark only. It means if we draw the scenario, it is going to be parallel to OU. This would be Z. As since from the question it is given that UY and YT is in the ratio 2:1, and hence we got the two similar triangle, because this angle, these two angles are equal, corresponding angles, these two are also equal. So by AA they are similar. So if they are similar, these two side also has to be in the same ratio 2:1. So that's why OZ vector would be 2 by total, that is 3 of total vector. Total vector is in this direction, so OT vector, and OT is T, so it becomes 2 by 3 T. So it's like 2 by 3 times T vector. That's the OZ vector. Otherwise, if it is of some more mark, we could have done it in this way. We should have joined it here, and we have it already OY, and then ZY and OY would also be in the same ratio 2:1. Then we can find this also, and then we calculate OZ by OY minus YZ, so that then also we'll get the same answer. But that's fine. If it is of 1 mark, we can use the similar triangle property and we can get this. And here's the fifth question. Solve the simultaneous equations, and it is of 2 marks, and we have x and x both are given here, x, so we can simply subtract. I would subtract, let's say it is equation 1 and it is equation 2, so I'm going to use the elimination method. So let's do the equation 2 minus equation 1, and whenever we subtract or add the equations, we do left hand side with left hand side, right hand side with right hand side. So x minus x is 0, 5y minus 2y is 3y, and 22 minus 13 is 9. 2 minus 3, 12 minus 3 is 9, so 13 minus, anyway 13 plus 9 is 22. So from here we got y as 9 by 3, that is 3, and then we will substitute in 1. So from 1, x plus 2y, that is 2 3s are 6, equals 13, and hence x become 13 minus 6, it is 7. So we got x as 7 and y as 3. Here's the b part. Y equals 2 minus x, y equals x squared plus 2x plus 2. So we need to solve this simultaneous equation as well, and in this case, whenever one is linear, another is quadratic, we are going to use the substitution method. So since y here also, y is also here, so we will substitute it and we will get 2 minus x equals x squared plus 2x plus 2. It is of the question of the type, if a equals 5 and a equals b, we can say that b equals a. So we have substituted y equals 2 minus x here, and then we will get the quadratic equation. So let's bring this thing to other side. It becomes 0 equals to x squared plus 2x, and this minus will come here, plus x, and plus 2 minus 2, these two got cancelled, and we got this thing as, I can write 0 to the other side, it become x squared plus 3x equals 0. So we can factorize it by taking x common here, because there is no constant term. So x plus 3 equals 0. It means either x is 0 or x is minus 3. So when x is 0, we can get the y value from the first equation easily. Y equals 2 minus 0, that is 2, and x equals -3, y is 2 minus 3 become 2 plus 3, it is 5. So the solution we will write here: when x is 0, y is 2, when x is -3, y is 5. That's the answer. And here is the sixth question. In a class of 24 students, 18 students like homework, 15 students like tests, which is denoted by T, and one student does not like homework and does not like tests. Complete the Venn diagram to show this information. So since one student does not like homework and test, that's why he is outside. One is outside. And we don't know how many of them are there who likes both. So we can take it as X, and we know total students in the homework section we will get 18. So if X are here, we will take N, and looks good whenever we talk about the number. So if N numbers are here, so the remaining are going to be in this region. Similarly for test, 15 students are there and is in this region, so it is going to be 15 minus N. And we know there are 24 students altogether, so if we add them all we will get 24, and in this way we can calculate the value of N. So 18 minus N plus 15 minus N plus 1 equals 24. That is how we calculate it all. And then N plus minus cancelled and this become minus N. I will transfer it to the other side, it become plus N. Here it is 18 plus 1 19 and plus 15 24 plus 1 34. 34 minus 24 equals N, that is N become 10. So now we will complete it again by replacing these values. So we got here 10, we got here 18 minus 10 because total are 18, so 18 minus 10, and here 15, so 15 minus 10, 5. So this is the Venn diagram, complete Venn diagram. Write down the number of students who like both homework and test, and that's what we have just calculated, that is 10. Find N number of the H complement intersection T complement. H complement means not in H, intersection with T, so of course not in H and in T is this only possibility, that is 5. So the number of students are 5. A student is picked at random from the class. Write down the probability that this student likes test but does not like homework. So we want to find the favorable case for the students, number of students who like test, this is the circle, but does not like homework. So it means you cannot include these 10 students because they like homework as well. So it would be only 5. So it is going to be 5 upon total are 24. So it is 5 over 24, or the decimal extension as well, decimal equivalent. 2 students are picked at random from the class. Find the probability that both students do not like homework and do not like test. So it is impossible. It is impossible even because there is only one such student who doesn't like homework as well as test. So it is not possible, and the not possible probability of a not possible event is 0. So it is only 0. Two of the students who like homework are picked at random. I will bring the diagram here. Yeah, so here 2 of the students who like homework means in this circle, only the homework circle, are picked at random. Find the probability that both students are also like tests. So the probability that first student will like test as well is going to be 10 over 18 because we are choosing the students from the restricted region, that is who likes homework. So 10 upon 18, and the second student also likes that, so it means now once one student has already been chosen, so it is going to be 9 upon 18 minus 1, that is 17. So that is the answer. So it's like when we choose 2 students, of course we cannot choose the same students again. So one student got selected, so there are only 9 who likes tests, and total were 18, so there are only 17. So 10 upon 18 and 9 upon 17, we can cancel this 2, and then it is 5. So the answer is 5 over 17. So that's the answer, and we will discuss the rest of the questions in the next video. Till then, thank you so much.